Hello, Society members and our viewers from around the world. This is Charles Knippen, the President of the National Society of Leadership and Success, and I'd like to welcome you to another Thought Leaders series. In this series, we sit down with world leaders to get their insights and to hear their stories. And today, I'm very happy to be sitting with Professor Sidney Finkelstein, or better known as Dr. Sid. Dr. Sid is a faculty director at Dartmouth College for the Tuck Center for Leadership and also the Tuck Executive Program. He's joining us today to talk about his new book, Super Bosses. And this is in addition to his writing, where he has published over 80 articles and 21 books, including his #1 bestseller, Why Smart Executives Fail. His work has been featured in Business Week, the London Times, and Fast Company, and a variety of other media outlets. He has also been named one of the 25 top gurus in leadership. So, Dr. Sid, thank you for being here with us today.
Great to talk to you, Charles.
Wonderful. So let's kick it off. One of the opportunities that we like to give our viewers, students from around the world, the variety of different colleges, 2-year, 4-year, public, private, variety of ages, traditional students, non-traditional students. We want to give them opportunity to hear your story, to where you started as a student. For some of them, they were young, or maybe they're returning to college. But what's your unique story? What were some of the critical points along the way where you got to shape your own leadership experience? And can you share that story with us?
Yeah, of course. So I grew up in Canada, in Montreal, and I went to a school called Concordia University. And turned out I was pretty good at school, but I had no idea what I wanted to do. And I ended up applying to all sorts of different things. Law school, business school, PhD programs, and even some regular jobs. And at the end, I decided I wanted to move away. I wanted to live somewhere different. And I thought London would be good. And I applied to London School of Economics for their master's degree program. And I was accepted, so I said, okay, I'm going to do that. And so it wasn't, again, a strategy, even though I studied as an academic strategy. I didn't have a strategy. I kind of let things happen, and at each step of the way, evaluating and thinking about what was the right thing to do. And even if it wasn't the right thing to do, it's not the end of the world. You learn from it and you move on. And what happened, like many things in life, surprises happen. And I'm there in London doing my schooling, and the chairman of the Department of Management back at Concordia, where I had just graduated from, was in Europe, came to London, and came to talk to me because he wanted to offer me a job as an instructor to come back. And you have to think about that, instructor. I would have been 23 years old. I really, truly didn't know anything compared to what I think about I've done over the years. But what an idea to go back and actually be a teacher. And I decided, sure, why wouldn't I want to do that? I wasn't planning to, and that wasn't my career track. I didn't know what I wanted to do. So you take advantage of opportunities that come your way. You don't get too hung up on whether it's exactly the right or the wrong thing, which, I think a lot of people do that, especially now. The decision about what school, what university you go to, people just totally freak out about that. But the number of people that switch schools is gigantic. And if you're adaptable, if you're flexible, if you're open-minded, you can make almost anything work. And so anyways, I went back, I taught for a couple of years, and then I had another one of these big watershed moments where I was doing great, I loved it, and my department chair, I was expecting to get a renewed contract after 2 years. I was going to do another 2 years. And the department chair said, no, we're not going to renew your contract. And naturally, that was not a particularly fun thing to hear. And he said, it's not that you're not doing a good job, you're great, but if you are serious about this, you have to go get a PhD. And we're not going to keep you. We're going to basically force you to make a decision. He didn't say that, but that was the message. And it's really interesting because what that department chair did is so close to what, and I know we'll talk about it, what super bosses actually do. They create opportunities for other people, even when those people don't even know of their potential or don't even know what those opportunities could be. And so I was out of a job. I had to make another decision. And I said, all right, let's try graduate school. Let's go to get a PhD. And again, I didn't know if that was going to work or not, but I did it, and I found that really fascinating. And I was fortunate. I had some great advisors and mentors. And one of the things I learned is that this is a profession where your job is to come up with interesting questions, and then you go try to figure out the answer to that question. And that fit exactly what I like to do and what I was all about. And I ended up graduating and working and taking a job in academia over in LA, University of Southern California. And then after a number of years, got recruited to come back east and work at Dartmouth College.